action coming your way. WCW Monday Nitro on TNT, and let's get right down to it. They are live here tonight. Woo! Tremendous action coming your way. Hey, how's Christmas been to you so far?
Hey, Santa Pepe wants to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there. And brother, do we have some wrestling up for these people tonight to get over that turkey hangover, baby?
How about you? Did you get what you wanted?
I'd like to see him come down the chimney with one of those Duralogs in it. You know what I mean?
Enough. We have got action coming your way here on WCW Monday Nitro on TNT. We also have a tremendous main event that we're going to be talking about in just a few minutes. Right now, let's get to the ring. They're ready to kick this thing off.
They're going to kick something, baby.
It's set for one fall, introducing first. Accompanied to the ring by
as we get ready to start things out here, the main event tonight is going to have the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, stepping into the ring with the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Savage, as we are only 2 days away from Starrcade, that pivotal triangle match to determine who will get a shot at the World Heavyweight Champion. The big question now is, who is the World Heavyweight Champion going to be? Because Ric Flair could end up tonight with probably the greatest Christmas present he's ever received, the WCW World Heavyweight title, if he can defeat the Macho Man, Randy
Well, baby,
Savage.
that'll be 12 times. I don't know if he can do it. What do you think about that, Weasel?
Well, I look at it this way, Mr. Dog Owner, that anytime he can do it 11 times, he can do it 12 times. The man is capable of doing it. The man has the ability, and he just has luck on his side. Ric Flair could be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
We're going to find out, but right now we have Lex Luger, one of the components in that triangle match, that highly anticipated triangle match that you could be a part of. All you have to do is call your local cable company. Shut up, Jimmy Hart. Tell them you want to be a part of Starrcade, exclusively on pay-per-view December 27th. Who will get a shot at the World Heavyweight title? More importantly, who will the World Heavyweight Champion be? We'll find out tonight, as Ric Flair is the last man to get a shot at the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and the WCW World Heavyweight Championship before Starrcade.
Look at Lex Luger out there. I think that American Male Dog has bit off a little more than he can chew tonight. No offense, Santa Pepe, but he should have his tag team partner up there because he can't handle Lex Luger.
Well, you have to understand something about Lex Luger. He's had it pretty easy now. He's hurt Savage. He's racked his arm up. He's posted the man. Him and Sting get along. Him and Hogan don't get along. There's a lot of animosity there. But Lex Luger is the best man in shape right now. He stands a great chance to become champion of the world.
Well, there's a lot of things going in Luger's favor as he steps over, ducks under. Oh, and a vicious drop kick that set Luger down. Luger really hasn't gained his composure, and a vicious forearm to the side of the head. And Luger is staggered. Luger is the guy that says, hey, I beat Randy Savage 3 times. I am the uncrowned World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, he said he whipped Savage 3 times. That's what he told me. He whipped him. He beat him up.
Let me tell you, you got to get him on that mat, and the referee's got to go 1, 2, 3 before you can put that belt around your waist, my friend.
Or he's got to quit and give up. Savage is not a quitter. We all know that. But this man right here with the torture rack, the total package, Lex Luger can do it.
Bobby, let's talk about the two athletes that certainly have momentum in their corner. We know Lex Luger certainly has got to feel like he's got Randy Savage's number. Sting is the guy that's literally been on a roll like we haven't seen over the past several months here in WCW. Now, the wild card in this whole situation between Luger, Sting, and Flair, as far as the triangle match is concerned, is what exactly is the relationship between Lex Luger and Sting? What's been going on behind closed doors? Because I gotta tell you, we've been seeing a side of Sting, hearing a little bit, and if you read between the lines or listen between the lines with Sting, I'm not quite sure. I can guarantee you which Sting is gonna come to the ring at Starrcade.
I promise you one thing, if the championship belt is up, I don't think these guys are going to be that chummy when that match starts.
Well, later on in the program, we're going to hear from Sting. But I'm telling you, what I see, the way he's changed, his demeanor, his physical appearance, everything about the man tells me he's going to go into the other side. He's going to go with Luger. He's going to be smart enough to realize that's where the money lies.
We've seen Hulk Hogan put the black on. We've seen him change to try to retain that belt. There's no telling what Sting will revert to.
You guys are reading, it's one thing to read between the lines. It's another thing to write your own lines. And you guys, you're seeing way too much of this. I've known Sting for a long time. I can't see it. But
you know, he
WCW,
came down to the ring. He talked to Luger. Luger released the hold. Luger talked to him. There's a camaraderie there you can't dispel. It happens.
Well, we'll find out. Starrcade coming up this Wednesday exclusively on pay-per-view. Call your local cable company as Lex Luger telegraphs the backdrop. Ends up on the receiving end of an arm drag takedown. And I'll tell you what, Scotty Riggs handling Luger. Perhaps Luger, Steve McMichael, is not at the top of his game.
Well, I think he's just underestimating Mr. Scotty Riggs. This little guy is a wrestler, and if you don't watch your back, he'll throw you around just like that.
Well, the other component here is that perhaps Scotty Riggs is wrestling up to Luger's level, and that's something that happens in athletics.
Well, don't forget something. Right here on Nitro, the American males won the World Tag Team Championship. Scotty Riggs here became a major star right here on TNT, and the man can do it right now. I just think Lex Luger is too good, too much in condition, and he's got Jimmy Hart.
All right, we've got tremendous action as Scotty Riggs goes up for a drop kick. Luger hits the brakes and Riggs is down. We have got the WCW World Heavyweight title on the line here tonight on Nitro. What a Christmas present it is for all of you watching as Luger ducks under. Line cross body block by Riggs as the Nature Boy Ric Flair steps into the ring for a final shot at the world title before Starrcade. Will Ric Flair become the new World Heavyweight Champion for an unprecedented 12th time? We'll find out here tonight. And in the meantime, Luger.
Oh! Now, you see those people on the highway, they have signs. I'll work for food. I'll do this for food. I'll do that. Flair doesn't need a sign. But if he wanted to, he'd have a sign. I need to become champion of the world. And Ric Flair can do it.
Well, there's one thing for sure. We're going to see the fur fly when those two get together tonight. Now Lex is taking care of business.
Lex up and over, right over the top rope, and it really demonstrates the power that personifies the total package. Lex Luger, like him or not, he has got incredible strength, upper body strength, leg strength. He's a well-rounded physical specimen, and he is using every ounce of that strength, his energy, to his advantage now.
And you know what the basic thing is about this man? Luger has not been in this sport 2-3 years. He's a veteran. He's been in it 5, 6, 7 years. He knows his way around. He's been a world champion. He's a tremendous competitor, and he can hurt you. Ooh, look at the size of the man and the condition he's in.
But you'll walk into a boot just like that at any time in the WCW, my friend, because these guys know how to inflict punishment.
Irish whip by Riggs all the way across the ring. Riggs with a back body drop, delivers, and it's Luger on the receiving end. Riggs, I'll tell you what, he is wrestling up to Luger's ability, and he's doing an excellent package inside cradle.
But notice the conditioning of Lex Luger. Riggs threw him in, gave him a backdrop. Luger got up before he turned around. He's in that kind of shape. And he's smart. He is smart.
Lex Luger taking advantage. Irish whip coming up the ropes. Power body slam. Luger.
He's giving the signal.
He's in control.
He's going for the torture rack.
He is in control.
This is probably the most perfected move in the WCW. He's going to give it up.
Sting has a Scorpion Deathlock. The total package, Lex Luger has turned the torture rack into an art form.
I remember Buddy Ryan used to pick up McMichaels on his back like that when he missed the tackle and walk up and down the sidelines. I remember the whole thing.
I remember Buddy Ryan riding a bunch of people's backs. Not doing it in St. Louis, though, my friend.
Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
The total package, Lex Luger with the win as he prepares to step into Starrcade this Wednesday in that all-important triangle match for a shot at the world title.
Look at this. Look at this. The mental capacity of Lex Luger, what he knows how to do. He put the man over the top rope. He knew where to leave him, and he got out of the way just in time. The man's a total consummate athlete, Lex Luger, the man that could be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
All right, let's go now to Mean Gene Okerlund. He is standing by with the Stinger, another man who has his eye on Starrcade this Wednesday, only on pay-per-view, and that all-important shot at the WCW World Heavyweight title. Take it, Gino.
Where's he coming from?
But I want to echo the sentiments of Eric Bischoff, Bobby Heenan, and Mongo. Whoa, just a moment. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope, Heenan, I hope you get a Christmas goose. Sting, I've got to ask the question that everybody's asking as we're 2 days away from Starrcade. You're going to be involved in the triangle match. Flair, Luger, and yourself. What's up with you and Luger?
Oh, come on, Mean Gene. Enough is enough. What are you, some investigative reporter?
If I have to be, yes.
Well, tonight is not the right night for you to be doing that. I'm tired of being asked that question. Luger is a friend of mine, and I am doing everything in my power to straighten him out, and I'm not gonna diss him. Of course, he snapped. He snapped, all right. Maybe for the wrong reasons, but maybe again, there could be a chance he snapped for the right reason.
Okay, maybe we don't know what the story is between you and the total package, Lex Luger. I do know the story between you and Ric Flair. How could you ever forget?
I did not get it out of my system with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I just want one more chance to hook that Scorpion Deathlock on and hold it on and never let go.
And I'll tell you what, the fans are supporting you. We're going to be finding out. You're also going to be involved in the team competition as, of course, WCW goes against the best from New Japan.
That's right, in New Japan, just keep this in mind. You are on WCW territory. This is the US of A, where all the best goes on, right here.
Hey, what's the deal with you and Luger? Huh? Stay tuned. We've got more Monday Night. Don't go away.
Stop asking me that question.
I'm sorry.
Up next, it is going to be Sting and Big Bubba. And don't forget the main event, the WCW World title on the line, the Macho Man and the Nature Boy. Woo! All right, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and welcome back to WCW Monday Nitro. And what a surprise, what a Christmas gift we have for you. The WCW World Heavyweight title on the line later on in the broadcast as the Macho Man defends said title against the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who is going for an unprecedented 12th World Championship. What a Christmas present that would be for the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. But what about Sting? I mean, we heard him out there with Mean Gene. I told you, this is not, I mean, is this guy in the holiday frame of mind? I don't think so.
What Sting is doing, he is smoke screening everything. There's a reason he is talking the way he's talking. I'm telling you, you can't trust the guy.
Mongo?
I don't know what he's talking about over there. Everything for all these years that Sting has stood for, my friend, will not be thrown in a basket. This man is good and he will not turn. I don't know.
You can't trust anybody anymore.
We'll find out. There's a lot at stake. The most coveted title in this sport is around the waist of the Macho Man. Flair wants it. Sting wants it. Savage wants to keep it. And who knows what in the world Luger's thinking about.
Well, they've all been there. Sting's been a world champion. Luger's been a world champion. Savage has been a world champion. There's so much at stake here, so much animosity. Nobody trusts anybody. But that man right there, Sting, comes across a real nice guy to everybody. Believe me, don't trust him.
I tell you what, that is true. Macho Man has got the belt, baby, and Sting treats him with disdain. So you got to think in his mind, it should be mine, not Macho.
Well, hey, Sting, said it a couple weeks ago on WCW Saturday Night. I mean, he thinks that Savage is paranoid. He thinks that Savage has unfairly and unjustifiably accused Sting of things he shouldn't have accused him of. And you can't blame Sting for having what I try to refer to as a chip on his shoulder. Sting says, no, I've got to look over my shoulder all the time.
But Eric, you have to understand something. When you become a world champion, you're thinking all the time that everyone's against you. Everybody wants what you have. Savage has picked up that mentality, and he has to do that to survive.
So much going on at Starrcade this Wednesday, December 27th, exclusively on pay-per-view. As Big Bubba, vicious round kick.
What a move. I tell you what, Sting better get his mind off of Savage and get it on Big Bubba, or Big Bubba's going to put a good old-fashioned country boy butt whipping on him.
He can do it.
You have got the World Cup of Wrestling, WCW versus New Japan for the coveted World Cup. Which of the two big wrestling organizations on this planet will lay claim to that trophy? Will it be the superstars of WCW or the stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling? You will find out as WCW takes on Japan and New Japan Pro Wrestling in the World Cup competition. And then we go on to the triangle match to determine who's going to get a shot at the World Heavyweight title. And right now it looks like Sting has that momentum we talked about.
That's it, Sting. Take it to him, baby.
You know, the other day I was at the Omni Hotel in Atlanta, and I was waiting for a limo to come up. I was with Tommy Lasorda, the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he told me his pitcher, the Japanese man, Nomo, he is here in town. He's going to Nashville. He's going to back his people. They are going to win the World Cup. And Lasorda told me, he says, Bobby, I wouldn't doubt it if they walk away with everything. He says, Japanese are just that much more prepared.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Big Bubba in trouble here, and I'll tell you what, like I said all along, Mongo, Sting has got momentum in his corner. And I'll tell you what, nobody knows it better right now than Big Bubba.
Well, you'll have to admit, Mr. Sting is a man on a mission. And when you get focused like that, it's going to take a freight train to stop you.
You know, I don't think you can stop Sting right now. He's the kind of an athlete, and you know this, Mongo, being a professional athlete, what you've done. When you get on a roll, you get on a roll. Things just happen for you, and things are happening for the Stinger.
Yeah, but what I want to know is what is happening inside of his head, because that will tell the story. What about, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, it was Sting and Hulk Hogan teaming up in tag team competition. Sting wouldn't even let Hogan in his locker room. But you know who was there? Lex Luger was there. Now, I agree.
And I think
Friendship
that's
is
the problem.
one thing.
That's
Friendship
a problem
is one
right
thing.
there.
That is a problem. It's a big problem.
Well, friendship's a very bad thing in life. You don't really need it. What you really need is a good banker and a good stockbroker.
You're a sick individual.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bobby, can I get
You get a dog with a beard, and I'm okay, right?
Yeah. That's the problem, though. Lex Luger is filling his mind full of bunk. That's it right there in a nutshell.
Oh!
And I'll tell you another thing, another factor in this whole situation. You've got Hulk Hogan, suspended now until the end of 1995. Granted, that's not a lot of time, but here's a guy in Hulk Hogan that, you know, we talked about people wanting that WCW World title around their waist. Hogan's certainly one of those athletes, if not the biggest athlete in the sport today. He doesn't even get a shot at that title. That's got to be a very frustrating thing for him.
Well, like you said, it's a short suspension, but it may go on into '96. You never know. They're still looking at it. It's a suspension right now, but I'll tell you, if they look down and look at everything Hogan's done, there's no reason, if I was on that board, that the man would be banned from wrestling totally.
Big Bubba now, reverse face lock on the Stinger, and Bubba, you can take a look at it right here. He's using all of his weight. He's using all of his weight on the back and the neck of the Stinger. And I'll tell you what, you talk about it being a short suspension, it could be the longest suspension in Hogan's career.
Has he ever been suspended?
I'm not sure. We'd have to talk to Hulk about that.
Yeah, but one time when you don't get into a title situation, if it was 1 day, that's a long suspension. That's a
Absolutely,
lifetime.
and it depends who comes out of that. It depends who comes out of Starrcade as a World Heavyweight Champion. It may be a
Exactly.
long time before Hogan is in position to get another shot at the world title. As you said, Bobby, Championship Committee looking at all of the conditions and situations surrounding Hogan's suspension, and it could be a lot longer.
But the good thing is every Monday we can see Hogan. Not on Nitro, he'll pick up your garbage as he drives down the street in his truck.
Bobby.
Slap him, Eric.
Yes, you may.
let me
Yes,
slap
you may. Let me back out of the way
Oh,
here.
let's-
Oh, wait a minute. Right now it is Sting doing the chopping, and he's doing the slapping and the punching outside the ring.
That's it, Sting. Take care of business.
Sting is definitely taking control of this match.
There he goes, up on the top.
Oh, and a thumb to the eye.
Take him out, take him out. You got him right now, Bubba. Ride with him, ride with him.
Oh, Sting went down with it. Sting.
He got him.
got him
with
locked
it.
up.
Uses momentum and
He
took the
locked
bigger
him
man
up.
over. Momentum.
He's got the momentum. You're exactly right.
He's in the zone, baby. That's what us athletes call getting the job done.
A great win. Stinger has not missed a beat in the past several months. And watch out, look at this, Bobby.
Oh, right to the eye. That's
Stinger.
your kind of tactics, ain't it?
Well, Stinger goes to that top rope. He's going to fly on him. But Bubba's smart enough to stop him, but he couldn't get the job done. Stinger hooked him up, rolled him up, and a 1, 2, 3. It's over. Sting's the winner.
Sting is your winner, and we will be back with Gene Okerlund, Lex Luger, and Jimmy Hart right after this. 30 seconds away, don't leave.
Yeah, I love this chaos.
Again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. You still got the bowling shoes on. Forget that story. Lex Luger, this Wednesday night live from Nashville, Tennessee, the granddaddy of them all, Starrcade. You're going to be involved in the team competition as well as the triangle match. Ric Flair, Sting, and yourself with the winner to meet the WCW World Heavyweight Champ. But Lex Luger, I'm going to pose the question to you that I posed to Sting. What's the deal?
There's no deal happening now. We've been friends for 10 long years. That's the way it is. That's the way it's gonna remain. When you talk about a triangle match, you couldn't have a more premier matchup. The total package, Lex Luger, Sting, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. A lot of history goes down. But let me tell you something. Standing before you, as Jimmy and I have talked, as I've talked to everybody, including my good friend Sting, I am the uncrowned WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to remain until I have in my grasp what belongs to me, and that is the World Championship.
All right, Jimmy Hart, you've got to have some plans for this, man, if everything comes to fruition.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. This guy is the uncrowned heavyweight champion of the world of the WCW, baby. You know it, I know it, and most of all the people know it.
Hey, Pittman, what are you doing here?
I have no problem with you. You are, as far as I'm concerned, the uncrowned champion, but I'm here to talk to you. I want to go where he's going. Will you manage me, Jimmy Hart?
Jimmy Hart, did you hear that from Sergeant Craig Pittman? What a premier athlete.
Well, first of all, you came to the greatest manager ever in professional wrestling. After all, I was manager of the year this year, or should I say manager of the decade. But let me tell you, Sergeant Pittman, take your shirt off for a minute. Take your shirt off.
Did you hear what he said?
Take your shirt off. Now look at your body. Move over, Gene. And look at Lex Luger's body. Now why in the world would I want to manage you? Why don't you take this quarter and call a manager who needs a few good men?
I believe that's a big no. I thank you. Sorry about that, Pittman.
I will find
Stay
somebody
tuned,
to
Jay
manage
Allen,
me.
Dean Malenko. Next up, here on Monday Nitro.
Dean Malenko, JL, high flying action coming your way next. WCW Monday Nitro. Ho, 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 and happy holidays. And what a Christmas gift we have for you in the main event. The WCW World Heavyweight title on the line. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, with his last title defense just days away from Starrcade. Will the Macho Man, Randy Savage, be the World Heavyweight Champion in Starrcade? You're going to find out tonight right here as the Nature Boy steps into the ring and tries to dethrone the Macho Man. And this whole triangle match will all be about who will try to win the triangle match to get a shot at Ric Flair and the World Heavyweight title. The man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko, in the ring.
Well, there's a man right there, Bischoff, that's waiting. He's waiting to see who's going to become the champion of the world, because Dean Malenko thinks in his heart and his soul that he can become the champion of the world. And the guy can do it. He knows how to wrestle. That's the name of the game. So does Mr. JL.
And there comes Mr. JL, fans.
Dennis Rodman, isn't it?
You're going to see two guys fly around like the birds going back to Capistrano tonight.
I tell you what, still a lot of support here, and everywhere else you go, you see the red and yellow in the back. Hulk Hogan, who unfortunately, oh, look at that drop kick in the back, is suspended at this time, and you may agree or disagree with that suspension. Nevertheless, he is suspended through at least the end of 1995. Officials still looking at it. Oh, nice belly-to-belly suplex.
Well, you see, he's such a great competitor there. He went to slam the man, but JL blocked it. He still had that much strength, where he could pick the man up and suplex him. What a great competitor and athlete Dean Malenko is.
Well, that's a great thing about having a tremendous amount of upper body strength and or a low center of gravity, because then you get to get underneath your opponent and utilize that strength. And that's one of the things that makes standing switch there by Dean Malenko. Malenko taking JL into the ropes, rolls up, kip up, drops down. Hip toss attempt, reverse block. JL ducks. Man,
Got him.
Ooh, these guys have got some moves. Look at this.
Cartwheel. Back leg front kick into the midsection, fouled up, Irish whip, tilt-a-whirl slam. No, necktie takedown by JL. And I'll tell you what, every move there's a counter move, every hold there's a counter hold, and you're seeing it right here. That's what makes this sport so great. And JL looks like he's ready to launch. He does. Wow.
Now that's a very dangerous move because all Malenko's got to do is take a half step to the right or the left and get out of the way, and Mr. JL is just like he is. Just lucky.
He's going to be up on that metal rail, broken up. But that's the way these guys are. They're willing to try those high-risk maneuvers to get the job done here because they know every wrestler is watching every wrestling match.
This is, as they say, where the big boys play. And of course, cover 1, 2, and JL just about made mystery here, as Medusa made so abundantly clear last week. Now where the big girls play as well.
Boy, I love what you did with that belt. That was
Chops to the top of the chest. Dean Malenko in trouble. And in case you just joined us on this Christmas Day, or Christmas night, I should say, yes, you heard it right. The Macho Man Randy Savage will defend, cover 1, 2, and a back bridge, will defend the World Heavyweight title against the Nature Boy Ric Flair tonight. WCW Monday Nitro on TNT. It's coming your way in just a little while.
He's got him.
Lock those feet in. No.
Anybody else, he'd have had him. Shows you the conditioning Dean Malenko's in.
You know, one thing I want to talk about, Sergeant Craig Pittman came out just a little while ago, asked Jimmy Hart to be his manager. Did you see Hart's reaction?
But you don't understand something. I
Got
used
a lot
to
of
manage.
courage.
I'll tell you what. When a guy comes out and asks you to manage him, it means he needs help. So he's at your mercy right there. Jimmy Hart knew what he was doing. He may manage Pittman down the road, but he's going to do it on his terms. You never come out and beg a guy for help.
I hope Mr. Pittman makes Jimmy Hart, that mouth, rule the day he turned him down.
Irish whip into the corner. Dean Malenko takes JL up and over. JL scaling to the top rope. Takes a couple right hands in the midsection. You can see Malenko softening him up. In perfect position. What's he going to do here? This is dangerous.
Set up for
This
a
is
big
very
fall.
dangerous.
Throw him on the concrete.
For both men.
What a great move.
Side breaker off the top rope.
He's holding his arm like he did break something.
Well, you're not going to see that anyplace else but right here. What a great move.
The Malenko leg lock up and over, and he's got JL right where he wants him.
He submitted.
Man of 1,000 holds, and I thought we saw probably about 842 of them in this match.
That was all 1,000.
But there was only one that counted, and that's the one he hooked on Mr. JL that made him submit. Your winner right there, Dean Malenko.
That leg must have been close to breaking there. That was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that submission hold before.
Well, this man, Dean Malenko, you got to look at. He doesn't have blonde hair. He doesn't have big fancy robes. He just goes out there and look at this. He just out-wrestles you. He just out-beats you. He knows how to beat you in
Look at this. He
1,000
rolls him over.
different ways.
Oh, that's what he did. He pulled that knee back on him. He's fixing to tear cartilage in that knee. And, brother, that hurts. I can tell you that.
There's more legs right there than at a pantyhose convention.
All right, we'll be back with Mean Gene Okerlund. He's going to be talking to the man who wants to dethrone the Macho Man Randy Savage for the world title right here tonight on Nitro, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. We're going to be back to that in just 30 seconds. Hang tight.
It's beginning to seem a little like Christmas, Ric Flair, because here we are, Christmas Day. 2 days from now, the granddaddy of them all, live from Nashville, Tennessee, Starrcade 95, available exclusively on pay-per-view. Busy night for you tonight before we even get to Starrcade. Coming up right here on Monday Nitro, you're going to be facing WCW World Heavyweight Champ, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Will it be 12 times?
What has taken place, Gene Okerlund, is simply this. Savage is about to wrestle Ric Flair on this show. And you know, like I know, that the great one cannot be denied.
Jimmy Hart, this is an
You're talking, move it.
Rick, let me just say something right now. First of all, I want to apologize to you of what happened last week out here when Kevin Sullivan came out and rudely interrupted you and Arn Anderson. I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart because, you know, Kevin Sullivan's got a short fuse, and so does Brian Pillman. So I want to apologize. But here's what I want to ask you, Rick. Tonight, you're taking on Randy Macho Man Savage for the WCW Heavyweight Championship of the world. Let me tell you, man, I owe you one because a couple of weeks back on Monday Nitro, you saved my life when Randy Savage grabbed me by my tie and tried to give me a root canal with his fist, man.
You mean when Charles Barkley was at my side that night?
Absolutely, but you saved my life, and I owe you one. And Jimmy Hart always pays back his debts. So, Ric Flair, that's what I'm asking you. You're the immortal one. You're the nature boy. You are going to be the next WCW Heavyweight Champion of the world. So what I would like to do is to go down to ringside with you tonight, to be there when you become the WCW Heavyweight Champion of the world. What do you say, Rick? What do you say, baby? High five, low five.
Jimmy Hart, high five, low five. If you want to sit there ringside when I beat Macho Man tonight, make yourself happy, brother. But start putting the party together, because we are gonna style and profile.
Thank you very much, Jimmy Hart, to be in the corner of the Nature Boy. That and more when we come back with Monday Nitro. Don't go away.
The WCW World Heavyweight title on the line. The Macho Man defends against Ric Flair, just days away from Starrcade on pay-per-view. Welcome back. We are coming to you on Christmas. WCW Nitro TNT, the only way to go, and this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for as the Macho Man Randy Savage puts his title on the line against the 11-time, hoping to be 12-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who earlier on you heard Jimmy the Maggot Hart begging, pleading to be his manager for the night.
Well, Jimmy's done good. Jimmy's given him an offer he can't refuse. This man's 11 times heavyweight champion of the world. No other man has ever done that. His opportunity to become 12 times champion of the world, and Jimmy Hart wants to be a part of it. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get that leftover turkey out of your mouth. I don't want you to choke on it. When you see the way this guy styles and profiles around, it makes me sick, I'll tell you that.
The Nature Boy Ric Flair, he's been around the sport a long time. But I can't think, Bobby, that there's ever been a time when the Nature Boy Ric Flair wanted a shot at the World Heavyweight title. He is surrounded by some of the biggest names ever in this sport. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Lex Luger, Sting. It just doesn't get any bigger or any better. And there's nothing Ric Flair would love more than to rise above it all and become the World Heavyweight Champion, because he looks at Hulk Hogan, he looks at all of the stars here in WCW, you know he wants to be there. You've got to know.
You know, you said it right. He wants to rise above it all. This would be his conquering moment. 11 times to win the championship of the world, but to do it now with the competition so hot and heavy here at WCW, nobody has a better chance than the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
I think the Macho's gonna take his head off, because you heard him say, this is personal. Ric Flair messed with his dad, baby, and I can tell you, being a country boy myself, you don't mess with anybody's dog or their family. Now, you got that, Weasel?
I got that, you're right. And you're right about that. His dad reminds me a lot of a stray mutt.
Enough, enough. Don't even start it, even.
He started with me.
Just remember, Savage is in the ring now, but later tonight, he'll be watching the replay like everybody else. And he's gonna hear that comment.
Yeah, but I'll be gone.
Exactly. The Nature Boy Ric Flair, he's got a serious look on his face. And they're against the Macho Man.
Well, he realizes what he's up against. That piece of gold right there, that 50 pounds of gold and diamonds, Ric Flair used to own, and he wants it back very, very, very badly.
Look at this. These are two veteran wrestlers, ladies and gentlemen. You fixing to see a wrestling match that is going to make you swallow some more turkey.
Who will be the World Heavyweight Champion? It's Starrcade just 2 days from now. And if you haven't made your plans yet, if you haven't made that all-important phone call, do it right now. Don't take the chance of not being able to get through. Call and order Starrcade exclusively on pay-per-view. The first, the biggest, the best, and a shining moment coming your way from all of us here at WCW. The best pay-per-view of the year. We've saved it till last, Bobby.
You know something, Eric? A couple weeks, 3-4 ago, Charles Barkley showed up. William the Refrigerator Perry's in attendance. Everybody's showing up here at Nitro. Who knows what's going to happen in Nashville? Minnie Pearl going to show up? Hank Williams Jr.? Johnny Cash?
Hank's a
Who
big
knows?
fan. Hank's a big fan.
Hank? Hank, you had 9 months. You name your kid Hank.
Look at Ric Flair. Look at the eyes of the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
This is personal, and these guys are going to get nasty.
The Nature Boy Ric Flair wasting no time at all, and you've got to wonder what kind of condition the Macho Man is in after that grueling, pounding match that he had last week with the Giant. The match that, I might add, Hulk Hogan got himself suspended in.
That's why I ran up there, my friend. I was worried that was going to happen. I tried to do something about it, but the man has lost all sense of reason.
Well, the executive committee did do something about it. Hogan is suspended. They are reviewing the tape from last week. They are looking at everything, and we'll find out just how long he is
He's going to
suspended.
reverse the figure 4 on him.
Ric Flair on the receiving end of a figure 4, and this would be too much for Ric Flair.
Now, he knows what to do. He's going to have to get to the rope, or he's going to have to turn around and reverse it.
He's got him in the middle of the ring, baby. I don't see how that can happen.
You watch. The man's a master.
I'll tell you what, Bobby, you hit it right on the head. Ric Flair is a master of the figure 4. He knows the best way in. He knows the best way out.
You know, the first Starrcade, Ric Flair went into there wanting to become champion of the world for the second time, and he did it.
They got to break the home, Macho. He's on the ropes, baby.
This Starrcade, he could walk in as the heavyweight champion of the world. A lot of history could be made here.
The Nature Boy Ric Flair now going for the ropes.
He made it.
The pain too much to bear, and the hold is broken. The Macho Man Randy Savage, the World Heavyweight Champion, going after the Nature Boy. The Nature Boy pinned in the corner, and you got to wonder if he's not on rubber legs.
He knows what he's doing. Flair's been in more battles than General Schwarzkopf. He knows what to do in that ring. He's going to set Savage up to make a mistake. And I'll tell you, Savage is he's still got that bad wing.
He's got a bad wing, and you can bet there are still bones rattling and shaking after his encounter with that 440-pound maniac last week.
He's not hitting him with that bad wing right now. Oh, and he catches one right in the gut.
The Nature Boy Ric Flair now going after the figure 4 himself.
Oh!
There you go. Lock him
Right,
up.
a 1, 2.
He didn't take him over snug enough. Or he'd have had him, maybe.
The World Heavyweight Champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage, pinning Ric Flair in the corner, farting away with big right hands. Referee trying to get him to break. And the dirtiest player in the game nails the Macho Man with a low blow coming out of the corner.
You've got to watch Flair. He's got every trick in the book, and he'll use every one of them.
But that's a bad move right there, because you can't beat the man on the
Oh, look
ground.
at this maggot.
Look at this little weasel. That's all right.
That's the mouth of the South, not the maggot.
No shot by that little weasel could hurt anyway.
Come on, Rick, take it to him.
We understand. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Nail him, nail him.
Turn around and poke him in the eye, Macho.
From the mysteries of the Orient, it's an invasion from the land of the rising sun. At WCW Starrcade 95. Hemispheres collide as the high flyers of New Japan square off against the mat-pounding pros of WCW at Starrcade 95. Wednesday, December 27th, live on pay-per-view. Call your cable operator to order now.
Come on, Rick, come on.
Welcome back. Happy holidays. And we are back with our own version of a present for you on this Christmas Day. The WCW World Heavyweight title on the line. The Nature Boy Ric Flair going for an unprecedented 12th title as he faces the world champion, a Macho Man Randy Savage, who is draped over the guardrails, and you see the fans coming to his assistance. The Macho Man Randy Savage is fatigued, and justifiably so.
Ric Flair's been knocking the Christmas turkey stuffing out of him.
Time to take a seat.
I'll tell you what, after what happened to Hogan, the Macho Man Randy Savage would be ill-advised to bring furniture to the ring.
You know, I don't know where Savage gets it from. He's hurt. He's been physically slammed, choked on the floor by the Giant weeks and weeks past. His arm's been worked over by Lex Luger. He's been defending his title. He's been in a battle royal with 60 other participants, and he keeps coming at you. This man doesn't know when to quit.
The man is a phenomenal athlete. You have to admit that, Weasel.
But he's ready to be taken out. You know that too.
Elbow by the Nature Boy Ric Flair sends the World Heavyweight Champion to the mat. And we are 2 days away and counting from Starrcade. Don't look at this. This guy is like fingernails on a chalkboard. He's gonna get it. He is gonna get his due.
Somebody needs to take those sunglasses and that loudspeaker and stick them up.
Hey.
I don't say it, but
Now, the Nature Boy Ric Flair going after the injured arm. This is it. I don't know what, I'll tell you what.
I don't think there's any gas left in his tank, baby.
The Macho Man Randy Savage is, in my opinion, the Iron Man. After what he went through last week at the hands of the Giant, wrestling injured, defending his title. Look at Flair.
Come on, ref, turn around and get his foot off the rope.
Now he's in there with the dirtiest player in the game, just 2 days away from Starrcade, the World Cup of Wrestling. The Macho Man Randy Savage has to face Tenzan, then has to face the winner of the triangle match. I'll tell you what.
There's going to be no eggnog and under the Christmas tree with Santa. He's
two.
busy.
That's if Savage is lucky enough to prevail tonight, and I don't want to use the word luck too loosely, but he's going to have to be good and lucky.
But the competition here, it's so head up. They're all 10s. It is luck. It matters that much. Somehow a man is going to win with luck. You can have all the ability you want.
I think Savage just got a second win, baby. Come on, Macho, cover him up.
The Macho Man Randy Savage, this is all instinct as the Nature Boy Ric Flair kicks out. The Macho Man Randy Savage showing the wear and tear and fatigue of a fighting champion.
I don't even think he knows where he's at. He's just going off pure emotion.
He sees a ring, he sees ropes, he sees an opponent, and he goes for it.
1, 2 to Nature Boy Ric Flair. Rather easily able to get out of that.
And gentlemen, Savage is not a real bright guy. Now, he's got that arm taped very heavily. Wouldn't you put a piece of lead in there?
You would.
Well, yeah, of course.
You would. A little tough to get that by the referee, however. They do check them before they come into the ring.
Yeah, but
cover.
There's ways to get around it.
How would you get around that? Get it implanted in the skin?
No, on the way to the ring. I can't tell you everything. I can't tell you my secret.
That's what made you such a tremendous manager. And look at the eyes. Look at the intensity of the Macho Man Randy Savage, and you talk about a low blow, cheap
accidental.
Accidental.
That's a reaction move to his leg. When he gets in that kind of a nerve grip, the leg bends to the north and it kicks up. It happens all the time.
Talking about parting the hair to go to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen.
I cannot
that
even.
was a cheap shot.
I cannot even keep a straight face. Heating you too much.
Well, those things happen. I know a lot about the medical prognostications about
Dr. Heenan. Look at this. The Nature Boy Ric Flair drops the Macho Man Randy Savage center ring. Savage has got to mount an offense, a sustained offense.
Oh,
look at this guy.
You realize he was 1 count away from becoming champion of the world again for the 12th time?
The Nature Boy Ric Flair now firing away. And we are being told, okay, our director is telling us we've got to take a break. We will bring you the rest of this match, no matter how long it goes, right after this. Stay with us.
Macho's working on pure adrenaline, baby.
But don't listen to him. He's nuts.
All right, welcome back on this Christmas Day. WCW Nitro on TNT. The WCW World Heavyweight Championship on the line. The Nature Boy Ric Flair continues to pummel away, to chop away, to cheap shot away at the World Heavyweight Champion.
These two guys have been going at each other like two pit bulls at a dogfight. No offense, baby, but this is beautiful. This is what wrestling's all about.
Did you notice a minute ago how Flair knew he was in control? He knew he had Savage. Did you see the smile? Did you see the grin? Did you see his cheeks, how they were smiling?
Yeah, I saw the cheeks all right.
He knew he had him where he wants him.
This reminder, next week we are live coming to you from the Olympic City Atlanta GA cover from the Omni, the very first Nitro of 1996. Nitro, the program that rocked the wrestling world, defied the critics, and shocked everybody in our industry as we become the most watched wrestling program anywhere on the planet, bar none. Thank you very much. Fans coast to coast.
That was a little too high risk there, Macho. You shouldn't have took that chance.
He shouldn't have done that.
And I want to remind you fans one more thing on this holiday season. Please have a safe and happy holiday season. Be sure to join us for Starrcade coming up in just 2 days, the premier event of the year. And trust me when I tell you, it's been a phenomenal year here in WCW. You've seen things you've never thought you'd see before. All the new talent coming to WCW, they're leaving the WWF in droves, they're coming to where the big boys play.
Choking him.
He's going to put him to sleep. Put him to sleep, Macho.
The Macho Man Randy Savage has Ric Flair. Ric Flair looking like he's going to counter and does.
Oh, he knows what he's doing. Shin to the knee right there. Just like at Starrcade, the Japanese are going to walk away with the World Cup. There's going to be a new heavyweight champion of the world, triangle match, and Savage is in deep, deep.
Don't say it. Look at
Savage.
Savage.
Bury me here.
He's got a busted arm, a busted mouth, and now I think he's got a busted knee.
Well, as I said, we promise you, we saved the very best till last. And despite all of the action, all of the excitement, and all of the surprises you've seen throughout 1995, you're going to see the biggest and the best in just 2 days.
Ric Flair.
Starrcade.
Ric Flair knows right where to go to work on something, doesn't he? That knee's hurting, he goes right to work on it.
Well, he's a master. You may think he's wasting time here, but he knows he's got him. Savage is wounded. He's got one wing, he's got a bad hoof, he's got a bad wheel. Everything's going wrong for the guy, and Flair's in control, and he knows it.
I'll tell you what, the Macho Man, he's not only not mounting any offense, he has mounted very little defense as well.
He's got this locked in. We might have a new champion here.
That ain't your boy Ric Flair. He can feel the weight of that World Heavyweight title around his waist, Bobby.
And I can hear those corks popping out of the champagne bottle. Flair's ready. Savage is taking a beating.
Get Flair off the ropes. Get Flair off the ropes.
That ain't your boy Ric Flair trying to pull out a win here. And I'll tell you what, we may be running a little long on time here. I don't really care. We're going to go until this thing's over. We're going to try to stick with this thing as much as we can, as we have week in and week out. But I tell you what, the way this battle is going,
these two guys might be pummeling each other for days.
They could be wrestling till New Year's Day.
You never know. Flair could show up with a beard. But I'll tell you something, Savage can't last that much longer. He's got him, and that pressure's taking its toll on that knee and that ankle. Savage, be smart.
Get
be
over
like
to
your
those
man.
ropes.
Be like your father. Be a quitter.
Get over to those ropes and get out of that hold. Make him break the hold, ref. There you go.
The Macho Man Randy Savage now able to get a hold of the ropes. The ref calling for the break. The dirtiest player in the game circles to his right. The Macho Man in the corner.
Well, Savage is no choir boy, I'll guarantee you that.
I've got to admit, Flair has got Macho beat down. I don't see where he's going to come up with it.
And Flair's taking him apart, piece by piece. He knows what he's doing. He's going up on top.
Oh, he wasted too much time there.
Yeah, he did.
The Macho Man
He wasted
Randy
too
Savage.
much time. He's fixing to send him flying through the air like a bird of prey.
That ain't your boy Ric Flair down in the center of the ring as a Macho Man. Bad leg, bad arm, busted up, beat up, battered and abused. Fights back to defend the most coveted crown in our sport, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Because this is where the big boys play. That's the title everybody wants. And by the way, according to Medusa, where the big girls play now as well.
I don't want to mess with her.
I love what she did with that title belt from that lesser league. That's just where it belonged. Maybe she should have thrown it in the litter box.
The Nature Boy Ric Flair gets a mouthful of turnbuckle.
Well, that got him right in the beak. Come on, Rick, get up.
Flair is down.
Savage is
Flair
wounded.
is down. Now it is up to the Macho Man, who is literally crawling
Crawling on his belly like a reptile.
Going
Got him
for the
rolled up.
inside cradle. Not able to capitalize on it. The Nature Boy Ric Flair still looks like the fresher of the two to me. The Macho Man is just taking too much abuse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Made
that's
a
not going to
mistake.
hurt Flair right there.
1, 2, and a handful of tights doesn't help.
Flair will not give up. You're going to have to pin him. Savage, you're going to have to pin. He won't give up. This could go for days.
Savage is just digging down into his gut, and he is coming up with courage, energy.
Double
and
hammer
fight
to the
2.
head.
Oh.
And he got out of
Oh, I
it.
thought
This
he
is
had him.
unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, the world title on the line. Savage fighting on pure instinct. Flair going for an unprecedented 12th title shot here, and he is not letting up.
You got to admire the intestinal fortitude of both of these wrestlers.
But see,
Oh,
Savage,
Jimmy
Don't-
Hart, Jimmy Hart.
Oh, you made it.
Tried to
There
trip
you
him
go.
up. Jimmy Hart trying to trip up the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Savage now pummeling away, and here's Luger.
Oh, no, no, no.
Luger hammering away on the Macho Man.
well, there's no love lost
Why?
there between Luger and
Why?
Savage.
Absolutely no love lost.
Luger didn't do Flair any favors there either.
And Savage is going to go to Starrcade as the heavyweight champion of the
And
world.
here comes Sting. Sting coming out from nowhere.
We may be here for days.
Who did he go after?
Was
to
he
help?
coming out there to help Macho or Luger? I don't know.
Big question mark. Who is he there to help?
Well, there's no love lost between Sting and
Well,
Flair.
Flair didn't let him answer that question because he went right after him.
This does nothing but to add to the question surrounding the relationship between Sting and Lex Luger as we head in to Starrcade
Now we're going to see what's going on.
in just about 48 hours. Oh my God, this
Here
thing
we
is
go.
breaking loose. In 48 hours, we are into Starrcade, and there's a whole lot of questions. Look at this.
I don't know. Look at this. Maybe he was coming in
Look
there
at
to
this.
maybe he was coming in there to help Luger.
Fans, be with us at Starrcade. We've got to go. I'm sorry, we have got to go.
I can't wait to see those Japanese go back to home with their tail between their legs.
Well, it's going to explode at Starrcade.
See you there. Starrcade only on pay-per-view.
I can't wait.
Woo! Get out of